Hello, if I could show you 5 sustainable income sources for farming similar to 25, would you be interested? Stick around, I'm going to do just that. Now, this is going to be a little different train of thought than some people. Some people will say, well, you could sell some buildings, and certainly if you have a building that you absolutely do not need, you could sell that and pick up a little extra cash. That is not sustainable. Other folks would say, well, sell some of your equipment. That's not sustainable either. And I would never sell a tractor because you're working your farm in reverse. Okay, your farm is a business. You'd never want to sell, liquidate assets. That's building your farm backwards. So that's not what you want to do. So number one, instead of selling our stuff, we're going to sell other people's stuff. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, we're at the shop. Now, some farmers will have some used equipment or buy a used piece of equipment and put it out on a field in front of a field at the highway and sell it. And that's what we're going to do. So we started with 100 grand even, and we'll see how we come out. I'm going to buy a few of these things. Okay, I'm going to repair it and paint it. Then I'm going to sell it. Remember, we started with 100 grand. I'm up to 106. Let's see what else they have over there that we can get. Okay, we're going to buy this. Okay, we're going to repeat the process. Take it over here, repair it, and sell it. We are up to 113. Okay, for this next one, it's 110,000. So in order to have enough to repair it, I'm going to temporarily borrow the money from the bank, which is a way you can get money, but it's not sustainable. But however, the interest rate in the game is only like 4%. So you are doing okay to borrow money. Now, the interest rate you only pay at night, so you can borrow during the day and pay it back before evening, and you don't owe any money, any interest on that money. So that's a cool thing about the game. Okay, let me pay my money back. All right, remember we started with 100,000 even. We have 178,173. There's not always big ticket items on there, and you may or may not have the money to buy them and turn them around like that. But there's always something you can buy and turn around and sell and make a profit. Okay, now while I'm here at the shop, I've purchased a water/milk tank. Let me show you in the menu real quick. If you go under animals, right there where it says barrels, you'll see the choices. Any of these will work, except for that, you need a semi for that one. But all these others will work to haul water in. And I'll show you why in just a second. Okay, number two, the reason we got that water tank is so we could put a greenhouse in there. So what you're going to do is go to construction. Now, some people don't like these, but I know from real experience, I have a friend who's a farmer and he farms a lot of organic stuff, but the greenhouses that he has on his farm pay the bills in the winter. Okay, it's a real deal. So what we're going to do is go over here to factories and then scroll over to the right until you see greenhouses. And I like this one for 36,000. It's big. You want to turn it so your water sources, you're able to get to it. Now remember, we started with 100 grand. I'm at 166, and I've already bought my water tank. So I could plop a couple of greenhouses down in here for free. Boom. Look at that. Okay, now let me go back to my water tank here. This windmill on Riverbend Springs, or you can buy it from the map. It is under construction under containers right there for $10,000. So if you have a map that doesn't have a water source for 10 grand, you can get a free water source. Now, when farming similar to 25 first came out, this thing charged you an enormous amount for water. It does not now, okay? It does not charge you now. They've updated it, and there's no longer a charge. So what you do here is you go here, you get some water, and you go put that in your greenhouses. Okay, we've got some water in our greenhouses. One of them's full. So what I want to do is go turn them on. So you can, now the number one thing to sell money-wise, I think is just lettuce. We'll put this one on lettuce. I'm going to put it on selling because I got no way to take them to the market right now. And then later you can do that yourself if you want. For my other one, Let's see, we're going to do chili peppers, garlic, Napa cabbage, and spring onion. We're going to put those on storing, or I'm sorry, on selling also. Everything's on selling because we don't have a way right now to take them. Now, if you want to take them with a forklift to the market, you'll get more money. Okay, we've gone to the next day. Look at our income up there. Remember, we started with 100,000. We built 2 greenhouses, bought a water truck tank, and we got 7,000 more than we started with. Not a bad business investment. All right, look at here. We can go back to the shop, and some of these things we can also turn around and sell again. So it is a sustainable income source. All right, let's go take a look at number 3. Okay, number 3 sustainable way to make money is through contracts. Contracts, if you go here on the map where you see the 2 pieces of paper under new contracts, and you'll see them. What I like to do is focus on the ones that my AI can do, and that way I can concentrate on the farm. And I always lease the equipment because then when it's done, you can just click X, collect your money, and your equipment automatically goes back. It saves you a lot of time. And out of the harvest ones, you can make more money. I'd rather be focusing on my farm. So right now on my farm, I got some stuff going on. He's working, they're good working. I'm collecting straw. So I got stuff to do. So what I'm going to do is pick ones that I can do. I like hoeing. Okay, so I'm going to do this one, get him going. Okay, when you do a contract, your equipment, if you lease the equipment like I just did by hitting Y on console, I'm going to accept the contract and lease the equipment, and it's going to show up at the shop. Okay, you can either drive it there or you can send it there with create a job. This was right next to the shop, so I just drove it over here, and he's going to get started. So now I'm going to go back to contracts and pick another one. I got that one active. I'm going to do this other hoeing one. Now you could save a little bit of money by using the equipment. I'd rather have them going all at the same time, so I can even do more contracts that way if they're available. All right, I got those 2 contracts going. And what I'm going to do is look for another easy one that the AI can do. I could do that spraying one. I'm going to do this tedder the grass one. And that's right close to home there. Okay, all 3 contracts are running. Now you want to complete them the same day. Do not forget, because you could lose your money if you don't. Another caution, some of these, like the wood ones, transport, notice there's a penalty per tree if you don't complete it. And that's a lot, $2,000 per tree. So I know people that have gone in here trying to make $4,000 and end up owing more than that. So I avoid those anyway. I just do the ones that AIs can do because I want to focus on my farm. And check it out. One of my contracts is already completed. And one thing I like about Farming Simulator 25, you can look up in the top right and you can see which field they're in and also their percentage of completion. So one of them's completed. So when they're done, you just go back to the active contracts. It will say completed. And on console, you hit X. Boom. And I just got my $2,300 there for that. And that's it. That's contracts in a nutshell. Not only does it help you make money, but you can learn a little bit about the fields you might want to purchase later if they're easy to do or not easy to do, and also some of the equipment that you need to do certain tasks. Okay, so contracts are a great sustainable way to make money in Farming Simulator 25. All right, coming up, number 4. Okay, number 4, sustainable way to make money are these little small production facilities. Okay, this is a grain mill right here, and then the oil mill right there. Now the oil mill is a little bit of a caution. It works, but as you can see there, it doesn't have a very large capacity, so it's very easy to fill up. And all these have slow production. Okay, slow production. It parlays your income a little bit and gives you a steady income instead of sudden cash flow there. Now the grain mill I like because you can get a lot of stuff in there. See that? I don't know why the capacities are so much different. And you're going to start out with wheat and stuff anyway. So I do like the grain mill one. It's pretty effective. Okay, so you can see there 144,000 liters of barley, 180,000 liters of sorghum. And then the oil mill is small, 9,600, 12,000, 6,000. It's relatively small. Okay. But my favorite is this little puppy. It's the $36,000 sawmill, especially if you use it in conjunction with the carpentry shop right here. Okay, so I have the carpentry shop. We got this little sawmill. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, here's the sawmill. You feed it wood, so you can just take your tree and drag it over there, and I'll show you that in a second. And you're going to make planks, long planks, and wood, and you can sell those or distribute them. Sometimes I distribute them right to my sawmill or my carpentry shop, which is right next door. And that takes planks, long planks, and wood. So you have to drag some wood in there also. And what you need is a little deal like this. This one's a mod for $13,500. They have a standing one for $8,500. Okay, if you go down to forestry and look right here under winches, for $8,500 you can get that one. This one's a little bit bigger, has more cable. It's a mod for $13,800, but this one will work. I've used that many times, and you can drag pretty good trees there. So you just take your tree and drag it right over the sawmill here, and it's going to disappear and go in there, and you can see how much wood I've got in there. Okay, the sawmill takes 14,000 liters of tree. Should probably be in board feet. But anyway, it's very effective. And this little setup here is giving me both of these on the easy mode almost 10 grand a month. So that's pretty good. Now, if you have some trees around your farm, so I'm cleaning up my farm with some trees, and at the same time, this is earning me some 10 grand a month. So yeah, I paid $72,000 for this setup, but in 7 months, it's paid for itself. I get rid of the trees, and anything after that is just extra money. Just like a business, right? You pay money up front, and you're buying income is what you're doing. Okay, the way you find these production facilities is you go right here to factories, and you go down, and you're going to see, you keep going down, and you'll see them. They get cheaper and cheaper. And then right there, you got a little bakery, a carpenter shop, preserve food factory, cement factory, dairy, grape processing, grain mill, oil mill, and the sawmill, sugar mill, and a spinnery, a tailor shop. And that's pretty cool that you have those. Now, I caution you about the dairy. The dairy only processes about 3 or 4 cows worth a month. It is not. If you have a thing full of cows, it's not going to work. All right, number 5 are generators. Okay, there's 2 types. You got solar power. Okay, so if you go back to construction menu again, and you scroll across the top, greenhouses, cultivation, you're going to see generators. Okay, and you have solar power and you got wind power. And those will all make you a certain amount of money. Now, you will never get the amount it says there. Here's an example. It says there, I'm going to get $8,900 a month. Okay, I've never seen that. Maybe if you set it, 1 day per month and everything, you could get that. Just to show you, if you look at my finances there, I got this one, and I'm getting around 4,000 or 5,000 a month on the easy mode. Okay, and that's it here. It costs 93 grand. So, $93,000 for months. It's going to take you a little bit to get your money back, but it does give you some steady income. So if you get one of these, it's going to pay your loan interest. Let's look at my loan interest here. Okay, this map I'm way in the red. I got a $2 million loan, but my loan interest is $6,200. So it's almost paying all of that for this particular map. So like I say, it'll pay a loan interest on a lot of loan with just one of these. So even though you got it and you paid 93 grand, your cash flow is really going to help you out. And in the long run, that's how business works. Remember, your farm is a business, so you invest in something that's going to give you return on your money. Okay, return on investment, and this does. Okay, it's about 50%, I think. All right, those are the 5 sustainable income methods that I like to use. You can sell other used equipment, fix it, paint it, and sell it. You can put greenhouses. You can do contracts. That also teaches you about the game, the small production facilities, and then generators. both solar and wind. Now, a couple of cheats you might want to try. Okay, I go to the map here and I go over to where the growing condition is, and there's some that could be harvested based on what I have. There's one here right next to mine. Take a visit there. Oh, look, it's oats. I have a harvester for that. So what I would do is buy that field for 30 grand, harvest that, sell the crop, and then sell the field for 30 grand. And I just made an extra profit. That's called flipping a field. Some people don't like it, but at least if you're going to buy a field anyway, this is right next to the fields that I own. So if I were going to buy one, I'd wait for it to have some product in it and then buy it, and you get some free product that way. Okay, another cheat way to make money, is the government subsidy. Some of you heard about that. It's a little bit different in Farming Simulator 25. So what you're going to do is go back to the construction menu, over to generators again, once you've loaded it from the mod hub, and you'll see it right there. Okay, so you're going to put that close to your field somewhere. Now this one you get to pick which one you're going to get. Okay, there's that one there. You're going to hit customize, and you see in the top left there, this one gives me $4,000 a month, which is somewhat realistic. You can go to $40,000 a month, $400,000 a month, $4 million a month, and then back to $4,000 a month. So you just pick which one you want, you put that there, and there you go. And that's the government subsidy. Now, be cautious. Once you put that in there and you get an extra $4 million, it's hard to get rid of that money. And some people have done that and they weren't happy. So maybe if you're going to do it, just do $4,000 a month. How to pay your loan interest and get you off to a good start. You can always go back and delete it, but you can't delete the money. Okay, and finally, another way to get money in Farming Simulator 25 is when you start out right here, your start money. Farming Simulator 25 gives the option of giving you a certain amount of money to start with, up to $1 million. So you can select $1 million, and then when your game starts, you're going to start out with $1 million. You can also give yourself a start loan up to $1 million. So you could have $1 million of your cash and $1 million loan from the start on Riverbend Springs as an example. Okay, and that's our ways of making money in Farming Simulator 25. Remember, never sell a asset that generates income, and never sell a tractor unless you're trading it up for another tractor. I am Farmer Teacher, and I'll see you on the next go-around. Bye-bye.